So the job you just saw us print, we're going to switch it over to this one. This is a completely different job. This will require us to change the ink out in one print station. So we're going to do a complete ink change in one print station. And we're also going to change out all our plate cylinders. So we're currently running these 12-inch cylinders here. We're going to swap them all out for these 16-inch repeat cylinders. Now, I mentioned to you that we're running this on a film pressure-sensitive material. We will be switching out back to a 1 mil. We can also run all the way up to a 14-point light cardstock on this press, so it's very, very versatile. And these chilled impression drums I told you about, that's what is being used when we use this film material or we're doing shrink material. So we've got tremendous versatility on this machine. Now I'm going to go ahead and start resetting my counter here. Okay, counter, I'm just going to reset any setting for me. Counter. Yeah, I know it resets. There it goes. And I'm going to reset this one too. Alright, James, are you ready to do a job change? He says he's ready. So let me restart. We're going to restart the counter, and James, you go ahead. Now, this time I'm going to tell you a little bit more as he changes out the color in this print station about load and lock. The last time I couldn't tell you about it because we were doing it so fast. Load and lock, what this design does is it removes the need for your operator to set that doctor blade against the analog scroll. You know, this is something that takes some skills, it takes some time, and it can vary from one operator to another. And you know, if they don't do it right, you can mess up a very expensive analog scroll. So what James has done, he has taken out the ink pan with his previous ink color. He has another ink pan with the next ink color already in it. Now let's watch again as he drops in that analog scroll and that doctor blade assembly. Now he's going to pull the lever, which is called load and lock. That was all it took to set that doctor blade against the analog scroll. Now he drops in his now 16-inch repeat. So we had a 12-inch before. Now he's dropping in a 16. You'll notice once again that those servo motors are constantly rotating each one of these to the correct start position using the pre-reg function. We offer the widest range in cylinder repeats in the industry. You can go from a 24-inch repeat all the way down to that very small 44-tooth or 5.5-inch repeat. Remember, the smaller the repeat cylinder you can use on any given job means the less plate costs you're going to have at the end of the year. You've seen us do this load and lock twice now, and you heard me talk about it, but I'm going to invite you, when I'm done, to go do it yourself. We have a hands-on Performance Series print station over there, and I invite you to try it, because doing is believing. You can go over there and put in an analog scroll, a doctor blade, and set it yourself, and there's no ink in that one, so you're not going to get dirty when you try it, but I invite you to try that. Let's take a look at what's going on underneath this press. This is our flex frame design. Look at the wide open access I have to my web, my idlers, my UV system, and my hot air drying system. Also, the flex frame design allows me now to put modular components in there. So if any one of you wanted to put an additional waste wind up, or a laminator down there, or some other component, we just put it in now with those type of components. Now, you've seen in our make-readies, we've essentially eliminated, or we've greatly reduced, the amount of human variances that are involved in today's Flexo make-readies, right? We're not setting the doctor blades, we're not setting the impression, and we're not making major registration adjustments because we're using a pre-reg feature. Because this press is so easy and simple to use, you can start using some of your newer or less trained operators to work on this press, and they're going to get just as good a result as James is. Isn't that right, James? Alright, well, he's a good sport, but my reason for pointing that out is this press is designed for consistency and repeatability from shift to shift, job to job, and operator to operator. Alright, he's printing. I can't move this button fast enough. Took us 3 minutes. Hey, we beat 3 minutes by a tenth there. Took us 3 minutes and just 40 feet of material to completely change the ink color in one print station and swap out all 5 of our plate cylinders with 5 new ones, get us in perfect registration and running beautiful product. James, let's check the press up to speed for the folks so they can see it. Watch as our dual servo implementation and auto registration maintains excellent registration as we bring this press up to speed. What's your speed there, James?
Yeah, you know.
He said 600 feet a minute. It hardly looks like it's working very hard, just like James is hardly working very hard. And it's running beautiful product. You saw us do 2 job changes. We're running at 600 feet a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you can see that the P7 press from Mark Andy can drastically increase your productivity and offer you application capabilities that you might have only been able to dream about until now. And I gotta ask you, have you ever seen a technology this simple tackle our industry's greatest make-ready cost and time challenges as easily as this has? We'd sure like to hear your feedback, so why don't you stick around? We'd like to discuss your comments or answer any questions you might have on what you just saw in this presentation. On behalf of James and myself, I'd like to thank you for spending the last few minutes with us, and I invite you to stick around for the worldwide launch of the Performance Series P5 on my right. Watch it take on the Short Run Challenge, and also be sure and see our Rotoflex product line, the newly redesigned VeriCut, the VLI, and the Tracker. Thanks, folks, and enjoy the rest of the show. Enjoy Chicago.